good.
Hey, welcome back to Melissa Hager TV. It's been a while. I'm so glad to see all your lovely faces again. Or wait, other way around. I don't know. Anyways, I got two really fun guests with me today. I cannot wait for you to hear this interview. Something a little different, little unique. Who is your favorite boy band? And I know what some of you are going to say, and don't worry, we are going to talk about them too. But this is like boy band crazy frenzy today, and we got some crazy pictures, like never seen before pictures, and this is going to be cool to talk about. So let me introduce to you my really special guests that I have here today. Very special. Not special, but special. I don't know. What. Right, special. Right, let's go. Right here to my immediate left is Kelly Houseman from Kelly's Reality. You can find her on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. She's got a really fun channel. I saw you just did an interview with a guy from, is it NBC?
People Magazine.
People Magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is so fun.
Yeah.
How cool. I got like partway into it and a phone call interrupted me. I was like, well, I better talk to Grandma. But I can't wait to watch. Yeah, I know. I can't wait to watch the rest of it. And her great friend. How do we describe this relationship?
My cousin, actually.
I didn't know if we were going to admit it or not.
Yes.
Because you look so alike.
Maybe we should have waited till the end of the show to see if we're still related or not.
Cousin, best friend, roadies, groupies. Alexandra Shepard from Alexandra Shepard's Life Coaching, which I say that out loud, but no one can get your life coaching.
Nope, not yet.
It's very exclusive. It's very top secret exclusive. But look for that coming later in 2021.
Yep.
Perfect.
January.
So, yeah, look at me hanging with people that matter.
Humans.
I know there's
Yes,
really
yeah.
people here.
I can't believe it's happening.
How exciting. Okay, so you guys did something kind of crazy last year.
Mm-hmm.
You guys went on full bore band tour, VIP,
We did.
backstage.
Yep. It was the year of the boy band last year.
And what made you guys decide to do this? Why on earth did you do this?
Just for something new, something fun.
Okay.
Yeah. Just, we're both moms. It's kind of nice to have that escape from reality.
Right.
And what better way to do it than to live out your 1980s and 90s childhood fantasies? And we sure did that last year.
Yeah, you sure did. Now, you're talking all VIP experiences. Did you have an expectation going into that of what that would be like?
Gosh, I think I had personally done a couple of VIPs with my sister and a couple other friends prior to, but I know it was your first time doing this. So I wonder, did you have...
My expectations were pretty high. I thought it was going to be just the most fantastic night ever to meet these people, that you see for, a couple of decades now, a few decades now with new kids.
Yep.
And then you meet them in person. So I was pretty hyped up. I was excited.
Aww. So what was the first one? Do we remember who we saw first?
New kids.
New Kids on
Started
the
off
Block.
summer.
Oh,
Yep.
good.
That was my absolute favorite.
Was it?
That was the
Oh,
best.
yes.
It was super cool.
Oh
So
my gosh.
were they all there
Yes.
for the meet and greet also?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. So who'd you get to, touch?
Well, it's
All of them.
Yes, and it's funny because people don't realize before you do a lot of these meet and greets, you have to find a group. So basically, it's pretty vicious over what groups are going to stand next to which guy.
Okay.
So we had to hop on this Facebook group months in advance to find another pod. And then you literally fight over who's going to stand next to Joey, Jordan,
Right.
Donnie. And so luckily, we were able to find a group with 2 open Jordan spots. And so we got in
Oh
on
my
that.
gosh, are you serious?
Oh, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's and the funny thing is,
Wow.
a lot of people don't realize that you have to do this before the concert. So while most people were already matched up in a group, a lot of girls were walking up having no idea. And so then they're met with these groups who basically have filler spots. And they're like, oh, do you have a group yet? And it's pretty...
And they will walk
vicious.
away from you.
Yep.
Some girls, if it's a certain guy that they did not want, you'll say, oh, this is who we have left. And they turn around and walk away.
Yeah.
And
Wow, this
because
is
they're
serious.
looking for somebody. Yeah, and
Yep.
that would have been me had I not been with Kelly.
Right.
I would have had no clue
You-
that was how you
So
do it.
so you have to be in a certain numbers, like on your ticket. Does it tell you what number of groups?
No,
No.
it's just all done behind the scenes in basically fan pages.
Wow.
Yeah, like I said, I did not know all of this until I started doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And as a seasoned meet and greeter, I was lucky this
Ooh.
That's who I went in with.
Dang.
So we knew to sign up ahead of time. But yeah, it's a whole world of...
That's cool.
Yeah, they do not let you in without your group.
Right.
You have to have a group.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay, so New Kids on the Block. Who was the easiest, coolest?
You're a big Donnie fan, so I think
Donnie.
he was highlight of your...
That
Yeah.
was my
He
favorite.
was really nice, too. He was really cool. We weren't
Yeah.
sure because he had his sunglasses on.
Right. So, that they try to separate themselves, I think, a little bit from all of these people coming at them. But so he looked a little bit intimidating at first, but then I just gave him a hug, a real hug, not like a weird, like frazzled hug. And I think he appreciated that. So it was very warm welcoming from
Oh,
him.
that's cool.
So we were able to talk with him, but they shoo you pretty quickly away
Yeah.
from
Do
him.
they?
It's a very quick process.
Yeah.
Almost if you blink, you'll miss it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's the one downfall.
But Jordan, we talked to a lot because he was our picture guy.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
everybody's getting situated and fluffing their hair.
Yeah, to get...
like turning around for the picture. So we had more time to interact with him.
Oh,
He was
that's cool.
fantastic.
And then,
Shy.
so
Yeah.
then you're all hyped up before the concert even starts, right?
Oh,
Yes.
So by the time the concert starts, do you feel like are you looking around at people around you and you're like, yeah, we met them. Like,
We know him.
we know them.
It does feel that way. It feels very intimate, like a very intimate time, to get to meet them beforehand. It's just
Oh
a
my
thrill.
gosh. And then that's the concert where you ended up running into Tiffany, right?
Yeah, we got to
Yes.
do a really special meet and greet with her. We got to go on her tour bus.
Oh,
and it was just
cool.
Allie and I and one other person. So we got a private, her guitar player was on board. She sang a couple acoustic songs for us. Her tour bus was very zen, very beautiful, some essential oils going. It
Oh,
was
that's
really
cool.
Very different than the...
How'd you guys end up on there?
You can just buy these packages.
Oh, that's
And so
cool.
thank you to my husband so much.
Power to the breadwinners.
So yeah, we got to do this cool stuff. And yeah, and I'll say too, the camaraderie with the other women that we've met at these concerts is really second to none.
It's
A lot of
fantastic.
people have this preconceived notion that all these women are competitive groupies, and
Right,
it's just
right.
like really
Right.
about getting to the guys. But I have actually met women, because it's kind of the same people that go once every couple of years, and so I've met people and we've just really connected with the other women, and it's such a great group behind
Oh,
all the,
cool.
the fan group is
Right,
really
It
amazing
really
too.
is.
That's
because
cool.
you're in a VIP room with them and you're eating and you're drinking beforehand.
Right.
And I was intimidated, because I walked in. It was such a big moment to me. And the girls were very loving. They're like, it's your first time?
Yep.
Okay, here's what this guy usually acts like. This is how he usually acts. And, jeans and T-shirts. Nothing like you saw people fainting for,
Oh, yeah.
Elvis,
Aerosmith and
definitely.
Elvis. Yeah, it's really casual, nothing inappropriate even.
Right.
And just really friendly girls, just
So
excited for
was
you.
it the same age group kind of across the board, or did they have any young new girls? I mean, like when they first came out, we were all in our preteens,
Yes.
with our training bras. Woo!
With mom next to you at the
I know.
concert, yes.
And what's in your Dr. Pepper? I don't know, Mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would say it was a lot. I would say probably 90% was, 30s and 40s women.
Sure.
But there was definitely moms there that had brought their daughters to kind of get the
Aw,
second
new generation.
There were several husbands there
Yeah.
that did not get dragged along. They voluntarily came.
Wow.
And some other, just like men too. So
That's
It's just
cool.
kind of
Yeah,
random fans.
Yeah.
That's
like 'em too.
cool.
Yep.
Oh, wow,
Because
that's
it's
cool.
A nice age range. And
It is.
We've had good experiences. Funny enough, I met someone just going to the concerts over the years, and she came to the show, and she recognized my cousin. Turns out they went to high school together, so it's really a small
Yeah.
world
Get out of
Yeah.
here.
of these VIP meet and greets. And
Well, yeah, clearly.
yeah, we all become Facebook friends, and it's fun.
Aw.
It's nice to connect with other women, and it's just like it's an
That
empowering
is
experience.
that's super
It
cool.
is.
Well, so you guys kicked it off with New Kids on the Block. You got to meet
Yes.
Tiffany, go on
Yep.
her bus with
Yes.
just 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's super cool. And then what was next? Backstreet Boys?
O-Town?
Or was it O-Town?
Did we
I
go
think
O-Town
so.
Backstreet?
They all
or-
kind of blend together.
Yeah.
It was one of the two. I
Yes.
think it was O-Town Backstreet, but I can't remember.
I think so too. Yeah,
They were
I think then
within
we moved on
days.
to O-Town. Yeah, this was all within like several days of each other.
Nuh-uh.
So,
O-Town and Backstreet Boys were. It was like
Okay, they were
both
really
were
close.
early August.
Okay.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So O-Town was good. Different experience, much smaller venue, a little bit lesser known group. Do you know
Right.
O-Town?
Oh, yeah,
Did you
yeah.
watch
I
it?
saw them. They, no, but I saw them. Oh, yes. I saw the
Making
show,
the band.
Making the Band. And then we saw them, me and my little sister saw them at the Michigan State Fair. They were in the grandstands right
Nice.
after the show. It was like a huge deal. And you're like, oh, we saw them on TV. Like, even that felt so cool.
Yes.
You know? But now, like, I Googled them before this interview because I was like, oh, yeah, I don't remember who was in there.
Yep.
Is it all the same guys still?
Yeah.
Except for Ashley. Ashley left the group a
That's
couple
right.
years
Oh,
back,
okay,
so,
okay.
He's no longer in it.
Oh,
but,
sorry,
yeah,
Ashley.
I know.
But Eric, Trevor, Dan, Jacob, all of them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. And then 98 Degrees.
Then it was Backstreet Boys.
Oh,
I know,
Backstreet
like I
Boys,
said,
yeah.
It's like just one giant ball of...
Yes, Backstreet Boys. Is Nick Carter still in that group, right?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. What was
Yeah,
he
they
like?
were all there.
Did you get to meet him?
He
was
so
the
quick.
quietest.
He was pretty quiet. Last time I made the mistake of getting nervous and raising the roof. So I told myself if there was one thing, like I was so embarrassed. Usually when I get nervous, I do something stupid. And so I told her, I go, please, whatever happens, don't let me raise the roof or make a comment about how tall I am. Because another time, I think I told Nick or AJ, I was like, wow, I feel really tall next to you. And he kind of was like, okay.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. So I was trying to just like go in there and be normal for once.
Yeah.
So I
No,
think we
but she
did.
can't do it. She can't help herself because Jordan was in front of us singing at New Kids, and that's when she didn't know what to do, so she started raising the roof. So he
then
looks at her and he's like,
yeah. Then he starts doing it. I'm like, okay. And also, backing up to New Kids too, the step 1, he comes over and he's singing in front of the whole crowd, and then he goes step 5 and gives us the mic. We forgot
Kelly's
the
like-
lyrics. We basically didn't do anything, and the mic was in our faces. A friend of mine actually taped that and sent it to me. She's like, what happened here?
That
So
must
I
have
don't
felt-
know. I just
Starstruck.
tend to get, like, I don't know what happens. I lose brain cells
Yeah.
in a boy band.
we're just like, he's there.
He's right there.
Like, wow.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so she's a raise the roofer.
So if
which
you ever
she-
see me raising a roof, I'm probably nervous. So just talk me down.
We got to get some videos of you raising the roof. I'm so going to a concert with you guys.
Oh, please
yes.
do. It's so fun.
So 98 Degrees.
Yep.
98 Degrees.
They were a lot of fun. We got the champagne.
Toast
Toast
yes,
with
this was
them.
like a top tier.
It was fun.
Again, thank you to my husband.
Thank you, hubby.
Yes, thank you. We got to do a backstage meet and greet with them and probably, 10 other people?
Oh,
I thought it
wow.
was 5.
Was it?
Holy cow.
I have
That's
no
all?
memory.
I think it was a small group.
Okay.
There was no more than 8 of us.
Wow.
And they spend a good hour with you. Champagne toast and visiting
Yeah,
and just
talking,
chit-chatting.
taking pictures.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And the Lachey boys, still cool and
Very
handsome.
friendly. It's
Yeah.
funny because you always wonder, like, when you're faced with someone, what are you gonna say? Are you gonna confess your love for all these years? But funny enough, we just ended up talking about our kids.
Yeah.
and
Did you-
she had
yeah.
asked how it was different traveling with children now and having families at home, and he couldn't believe the age of her teenage son, and Nick and I have kids around the same age.
Yes.
So really, we
Talk about family.
You're like, do you hear yourself? You're like,
I
yeah,
know.
Nick and I have kids around
you
the same
know.
age. We
Yes.
just have so much in common.
We do. Yes. We pretty much became BFFs after
Yeah,
that,
we did.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
At
That's
least
what we think in
my
our mind.
Is
yes.
that your phone going off right now? He must
Oh,
be.
yeah.
That's Nick.
Oh,
must
yes.
have heard us
See?
say that.
Hi, Nick. We miss you too.
Yeah.
That is so funny. Oh my gosh.
But no, he was great. They were really great. We talked mostly to their bodyguard because
Yeah.
there are at first, the women do gravitate towards a couple of the same guys in each group, so we tend to not go over to them and just give them that space because they get crowded,
Yeah.
and I
Right,
just
right.
think that would make me feel funny. So
Right.
we kind of stay on the sidelines a little bit, and then with that we were able to mingle for quite a while until they make their way around the room,
Yeah.
and then you get to chit chat.
And then
and
you get
just,
to have your moment.
yeah.
So these backstage experiences are not like you're standing behind a rope and somebody makes you wait forever and then they undo the clip and they all go running and they're like, ah!
Right.
It's
Yeah.
not like that.
It's
Not at
very
all.
organized.
Oh, wow.
Even to a fault sometimes. There's a couple venue security guards that were not the most friendly. I mean, they're
Oh,
no
yeah.
holds barred with that,
Yeah.
which I get it for the artist's safety, but
Mhm.
it's definitely very curated, a special process. And
Well,
so,
you guys probably for each of those backstage tickets paid more than what that bodyguard's getting paid for like the whole year. You know?
yeah.
So like I think they probably get an attitude.
I think,
don't you think?
I think so.
They might. I
yeah.
mean, that could be a
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah, their bodyguards are very friendly.
Yeah.
You would think that they'd be a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
stricter, but it's actually the venue bodyguards that are kind of cranky with you,
Yeah.
and you're just trying to do what they're asking you to do.
Right.
We
right.
don't want to do the wrong thing.
Right.
You just
but
want
they
to
do get
follow
a little
the
bit
rules.
cranky.
So the actual band bodyguards, are they like these ripped, handsome?
They're
Yeah.
big men.
Tan.
Taller than me, and
Wow.
I'm 5'10", so
Wow.
it's,
They're
yeah, They're
big.
big guys. Yeah.
That's cool.
They are.
I mean,
You have
because
to look up
you
to
can't go see your favorite boy band from your teens and then their bodyguard some ugly old man that
right.
like is missing half his hair and
Yeah.
Yeah.
has a do-rag on to hide the bald
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah, there's no Kevin Costners though.
Those
Those old, dignified, like buff.
man.
They're all pretty young looking.
Yeah,
And so you don't run into any of them that look like CIA.
right.
But they
That
also
they're
don't-
like talking in there.
And they don't spill secrets either. We were trying to talk to one of them.
He would ask for secrets.
Because one of the bodyguards had been touring with them for over 20
Mhm.
years, and we didn't
Yeah.
even ask for stories. I think he's like, my lips are sealed, like.
Yes.
Or maybe we did ask, is there any
Well,
crazy fan
yeah.
stories? Or...
We said something like, "Gosh, you probably have a million stories," not wanting them.
Mhm.
Right.
We wouldn't want to sit there and do that, but he was like, "Nah, I don't tell them," and
Yeah.
we were like, "Oh no, that's okay. We
Yeah.
do not need to know."
Yeah.
But he could have been playing around as
Yeah.
well.
Oh,
I'm
just
sure.
being silly.
I'm sure there are some stories. Just
Yeah.
Oh, they gotta have stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They gotta. I mean, there's always crazy people.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You guys met a crazy fan, kind of, didn't you? A guy that had like Backstreet Boy tennis shoes on.
Yes, it's interesting that there's certain, I guess, eccentric fans
Yes.
that you can just tell, and we tend to go towards like the lone wolf, and
Yes.
we'll just try to talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was very nice, and a couple of the other ones we've met too they're friendly. I just maybe a little too friendly.
Yes.
With the guys, at least.
Yes.
And you could see the security kind of, okay, and who's
Move
next?
along,
And,
move along.
yeah.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That
pretty good.
well, and I think that is, I think that's key to some of these experiences, though, is to talk to the other people. To grab the person out of the corner or talk to
Yeah.
the security guard because, I mean, those boys have got to become numb at some point to all the commotion, all the people, all the like people
Compliments.
want to meet them
Yeah.
because of who they are. They don't even care what they are like as a person,
Yep.
Yes.
like who are they as a human. So when you
Yes.
guys are talking about kids, that probably thrilled them,
Yeah.
and now you're like, yeah, me and Nick, our kids are about the same age.
But you're so right. We were even just talking about how a lot of people don't realize that these guys are human beings.
Right.
And so the
Right.
expectation for them to just perform and be perfect.
Right.
But you're right. Like
Right.
they don't realize that they're normal people. And,
Right.
they get tired, they get hungry, they get bored.
Yes.
It's just I think that's probably one of the most
They become a
interesting-
machine.
Yes.
Like imagine going into this. So you have this, you guys paid to have this experience, but what if one of them was having a bad day? Like any of us that have a bad day, you like can't get off the couch, or your, grandma is sick, or the kids are not behaving, or you and your wife get in a spat, and but then when the doors open,
Yep.
you
Yep.
gotta turn it on
Mhm.
and be this person, or else somebody's gonna complain about this experience that they
Right.
had.
And they'll put it on social media, and
Yep.
they'll make you look
Yep.
bad. I was just, as you said about machines,
Yep.
I was just telling Kelly that is what's interesting when you walk up to them. To us, they are a machine.
Right.
We rewind them, we fast forward them. We are always watching them. When we want them on, we press play. And when you walk up to them, you realize, no, this is a living, breathing person.
Right.
And they're just like you. So that was
Yep.
very striking for me. Like, wow, it's a person. Why don't we see them that way?
Right.
And I think they need that. So we tend to not go, oh, I love you. I love everything you
Yeah.
do. And, and we do, but they know that. So it's like, we usually say, how are you doing today? Like, everybody feeling good today?
Yeah.
Good luck. Thank you for doing this.
That's
This is such
so
a
cool.
thrill. Like,
Yeah.
thank you for singing these
Yeah.
songs still 20, 30 years later.
Well, yeah. Do you know how many times they've sang
Oh
these
my
songs?
gosh.
Do you think they wanna? You know what I mean?
I get bored reading the same bedtime story to my kids, 2 or 3 times in a row, and I've only done that for
You should
2
send
years.
those books to Nick. He probably
He
needs.
has a children's album. He recorded a children's
Lullabies.
lullaby. Yep.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when they
Wow.
had their first son.
That's cool.
So,
That's super cool.
All these little facts. We probably know more about these boy band guys than our own family members, which is a little. But,
It's fine.
everyone
It's
has their
fine.
thing.
Nelly. You guys went and saw Nelly? Did you meet him too?
We did
Yes.
get to do
Okay.
a meet and greet with some friends with him. That was very quick. Very, very
Yes.
quick.
They pushed you right through.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We were
He
trying
was-
to do something funny with him, but I don't think the management was really.
They
just
weren't
like, "All right,
having it?"
girls, let's keep moving.
He
We wanted
didn't
to
get
do
the
a hot
joke.
in here picture.
Aw.
We were all sweating, but
Yeah.
I think we just got like a happy holidays.
Yeah.
for the
I was
fam,
like,
and
"Hey,
then-
can we do a hot in here picture like we're all very hot?" And he goes, "Happy holidays." I was like, "Same to you."
Yeah. And
He
he.
was cool, just very quick.
Just quick.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So did he have all the bling on and
Did he have
the?
a chain?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like-
He was
right?
blinging.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
he?
Uh-huh.
He
That
still looks the
voice-
same as he did. Like,
Did
He
he?
didn't
Yeah.
age. None of them look like they age.
I don't think any of these boy band guys age.
Okay, so I'm just gonna let a little secret out about myself, but I am like a major smell person. Like if in the mall, well, back in the day when we got to go to a mall,
Yeah.
if I smelled a good cologne, like I would follow it until I could find who had it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what are you wearing? Unfortunately, once in a while, it was like an old man in a Hawaiian shirt. But anyways, like, do you remember what they smelled like?
Oh my god.
They must have had strong stuff on.
I
I
honestly
don't
cannot
remember.
Oh,
I don't
I
remember.
was so
Son
I'm
of a
sorry.
gun.
We needed to see
Darn
it
it.
before we met them.
I know.
But you are nervous, so you almost
Yeah.
don't breathe. That's
Right.
what some of
Yes.
the ladies told me.
Yeah.
They're like, just remember to breathe because you get up there and you're like,
Oh, yeah.
So you don't breathe. You're
Yeah.
just
Right.
like, I think I remember breathing in when I hugged Donnie, just because I did take that moment because I was like, oh, this is my moment, like I'm gonna soak it in, and I didn't know the rules, how quickly they move
Right,
you along.
right.
So I was just lingering because I
Right.
thought, well, this is a meet and greet,
Right.
which in my mind was like a few minutes with each,
Right.
when really it's quick.
Yeah.
But I think he had cologne on. He
Okay.
didn't smell bad. Nobody
Yeah.
smelled bad.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, we don't remember
I'm
that.
sure they didn't. It'd be interesting if, like, if that was important to you, like, later that night, you could smell it on you.
Oh, and
or
then you
you
never
could.
wash that shirt again.
Yeah.
And like,
Go home to our hubbies like,
Yeah.
it was a hug, babe,
Yeah.
I swear.
Just
Just brushed off
Oh,
on me.
my gosh.
Our husbands are really great about it, too, though. They know that we're just having
Right.
fun.
Yes.
Oh, well, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure.
Now,
Well,
do you
and
remember
why?
your first boy band concert? Who did you see?
At
first?
98 degrees.
Was it really?
At the state fair. I'm such a hillbilly.
They
all.
did a lot of state fairs.
Yeah,
They did.
and actually, it's funny. Jessica Simpson opened for them, and she was just this sweet little thing. And it was a state fair, so she had cut off jean shorts on and cowboy boots and a little plaid shirt.
Oh my
And she
gosh.
mostly sat on a stool and played and sang. And then when 98 Degrees came out, Nick, no, yeah, that was, they were married for a while. So anyway, but not then.
Okay.
When he came out, he like hugged her and then gave all these big kudos, and they're gonna start, and they did a song together. And my mom and I have a group of my girlfriends. I'm trying to like not be by my mom, but she's there, because we needed a driver. But she said, "Oh, they are totally together." I said, "They are not," and she's like, "Oh, you must not know how it works living on the road." And I was like, "Oh, and you do? Like, what do you know about living on the road?" Jeez. But yeah, so it's funny. It wasn't much longer after that them two were a thing, and then they got married, and it was crazy. I was like, oh, I think we saw it. We saw it when they were, my mom knew. She knew about living on the road. I don't know how she knew that.
She knew it. But remember, they tried to hide that from their fans.
Yeah.
So they never said if they were in relationships. And when they
Right.
were, it was like, oh, is this going to damage their career?
Right.
And
isn't
I
that
just,
sad?
It-
Like,
it very
the
much so.
13-year-olds won't like us because we have
know, I
boyfriends or
know.
Yeah.
girlfriends. I know. That would be hard to live like that in general.
Yeah.
Brittany, maybe that's what created the whole thing with her.
Yeah, I
Just
mean, it's
stress.
such a.
Because imagine living
much
two different
pressure.
lives
Yep,
all
yep.
the time.
Right.
Like, that's just your regular, like, okay, so who am I today?
Yeah.
You know?
The
Yeah.
pressures they're under,
Yeah.
I think, is immense.
For sure.
So another band that you went and saw last year, who is one of my very favorites, so I'm so excited when you said that, is you went and saw Greta Van Fleet.
We did.
Yeah,
We
funny.
traveled for them.
We did. My sister was supposed to have a work trip in Kansas City, and so we had booked that, and then all of a sudden she couldn't go, and so we said, all right, we'll go. We were trying to find stuff to do around there. She found the World War I museum, and we also realized that Greta happened to be playing there that weekend, so we got tickets, and, unfortunately, was not meet and greet.
Right.
But we had really good seats for that, and it was probably one of the best concerts we've been to.
That's awesome.
Musically, yeah.
Still a boy band. I mean, they're all boys.
Yes. We're like, do they they'd probably be so mad if we called
Yeah, would they like that?
I'm sure that they don't want to be called a boy band, but they definitely are all boys, and they're in a band, so we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But isn't it crazy? So they're, much younger than anyone we just talked about. They're very, very young, like borderline. We shouldn't be talking about them at all. But
I think they're all legal.
yeah,
though,
they
right?
are all legal now. Yeah, they're definitely all legal. But holy cow, the music that they spit out, it's just kind of wild.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy? I've had their moms here, like, sitting right there in your seats, and they talk about back when they were in high school playing in their garage, and she's like, it's so weird now to hear some of that stuff from stage. And I'm like, they did that stuff in your garage? That's insane.
Right.
Isn't that crazy?
It's absolutely. So they have probably the most mature sound of everybody we saw, which is funny because they're so young. And I didn't know very much about them before we went. She had me listen to a couple songs, and I was blown away at the sounds they produced and their ages. But their concert was most interesting because you asked about the demographic of new kids. It's mostly women and our age. We had a couple next to us in their 40s, and then behind us were guys in their 60s with Led Zeppelin shirts. Immediately in front of us were very young girls, 13 to 16, screaming. And just as you looked around that arena or stadium, I mean, different colors, different ages, different genders. I mean, it was incredible what they pull in. Nobody could do that.
No
Older
one does
men like
that.
that?
No way.
No.
They would not be at a boy band. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely not.
No artist.
So they are impressive. They have an impressive group of fans that they reach. Unbelievable to me. That
and
blew my
really
mind.
cool too.
Yeah,
They
everybody's
knew-
friendly.
We talked to a couple that knew we were from Michigan, and they wanted to know, do you guys live by Frankenmuth? And we're like, yeah, maybe, hour away. And they couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And it was just really very cool people.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's very cool.
So diverse.
That's cool that was your first experience that you did. It wasn't like it just fell into your lap in your backyard in Detroit.
Yeah.
Like you actually put some effort into going to see them. So
Yeah.
you're like, all right, this better be good.
That's
And
why I
then
was like, I
it
hope she
was.
likes them. I had heard of them.
Yeah.
But I know you hadn't.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, that is
Just
so
fantastic.
neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Classic
great.
music. I mean, it just never gets old. Their
Right.
sound. So
Yeah, and they got a new album that's coming out soon. We've been told like 5-6 weeks it's supposed to be happening, and but like all these other artists too, they've been, even though like they're working, they're writing, there's new stuff happening, they're kind of on a hiatus too because we can't tour, we can't do concerts, we can't do anything. And it's interesting to me. I go through like their social media sometimes, and you see these horrible comments from people that should be fans, should be supportive. It's like, well, where are you? Give us something. What, and it's like, hey, they're taking time also.
Yeah.
Some much needed time.
Yeah.
And they're chilling out. Like all these guys, they're probably so glad they got these tours in last year
Yeah,
because
for
look
sure.
at how it just like,
Yep.
that's
Nothing.
it.
Yep.
Nothing.
And that has to be very difficult for them to go from the fans and the cheering and the clapping to nothing, just silence, radio silence.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you feel bad for them.
Right.
Well, even for you, I'm sure, doing live comedy shows,
Right.
and then now you can't really do much. I'm sure it's probably a similar feeling.
I just talked to you guys and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, good. Tell me what the outside world's like. Tell me.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, before we go, I wanted to surprise you girls. I actually got a special recorded message from Nick Lachey that I wanted to play for you.
Well, it's because he knew she was coming.
But he's on my phone right
I
now.
did.
And he was very appropriate.
Hello,
Like,
ladies.
Even with with our pictures, we were saying Nick Lachey. He keeps his body a little bit separate from you,
Right.
so he is very respectful of his wife.
Yeah,
Good
for
guy.
sure.
So we're just
for
messing
sure.
around about this,
Yeah,
but
for sure. No, for
he
sure.
was a lot of
I
fun.
think that's fun. Oh, this is so cool. What a fun, like, I just want to live through this. I'll probably watch this 100 times just because.
You have to go with us.
You're
Listen-
coming with us to the next show.
Okay,
Yes,
sure,
whenever that
that's
is, you are doing
Yes,
some VIP
yeah.
whenever we
stuff,
can.
so,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't know if we're going to have masks and
We were
gloves
just
for the meet
talking
and
about
greets,
that.
but we don't care.
I know,
Yeah.
isn't that interesting? Like, what
don't
will
know what
that
they'll
look
do.
like? Somebody keeps posting that picture of, would you go to a concert if it looks like this? And there are these individual stands
Oh, yeah, I've seen
that fit probably 6 or 8 people.
Mhm.
And do you know the cost of that
That's what I
setup?
was thinking.
Do you, like, as a show producer,
clue.
every time I see that picture, I'm like, okay, everyone just shares that, like, oh, let's just do it like this. But do you know the amount of money
yeah.
that costs to do that?
Yeah.
And to keep all that clean and to, holy crap.
Yeah,
Holy
they
crap.
won't be able to do that.
No.
You're either going to have to do a lot of outdoor venues or
Mhm.
figure something else
And the
out.
drive-in thing isn't a terrible idea. It's definitely not. But who wants to sit in their car during a
know,
freaking killer
right?
concert?
Yeah, no.
You know?
Got to get up and dance.
You want to get out and dance and
Yeah.
take your Motrin?
Yes.
This is so funny. You gotta, okay.
Oh,
So I was asking the girls, I said, okay, so tell me, you have actual memories of each of these concerts? Because I know sometimes you get a little blackout, what's happening. And they laughed at me.
yeah, we were talking about how back in the day we probably would have snuck in those little
Shooters.
the shooters of liquor, but now we just make sure what's in our purse is usually Motrin,
Motrin. And hand
from the
sanitizer.
music, and hand sanitizer.
Do you
And
have the
we those.
sanitizer? I have the Motrin.
Yes.
Yep, let's go.
And so we're like, yeah, you can tell we're not the same ages when these guys.
You
first
weren't
came
shoving in
out.
earplugs? Did you leave those out?
We left
We
those
did
out.
this time.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
about 10 years
We have
then.
At least
You-
one cool point.
Yeah.
Oh my
We
gosh.
feel really cool when we're there.
Yeah,
Ew,
that's
yes.
awesome.
It really
No
takes you
earplugs.
back. If
It does.
nothing else, it's just a great
Mhm.
escape from reality. Again, you feel good. You're around people who are just vibing.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's happy,
Yeah.
and it's just such a good shared. Concerts are amazing.
Aw.
Just that shared.
Well, here's a huge shout out to Kelly's husband. Just so you know, I want to go next
I
time.
appreciate you.
So whatever I need to do, just let me know. Almost anything. Almost anything. I would love to go. Since we're thanking him and all.
We need somebody else with us.
Yes. What's another person?
Right. What's
Someone
another
that
person?
matter.
I got a minivan. I can drive.
Oh my
Let's
gosh.
do
Oh,
it.
perfect.
Let's
Yes.
do it.
Yes.
Seriously, it's so fun. It
then
really is.
then Nick Lachey will definitely, he'll be like, oh my God, that's the minivan
Yes.
we have.
That's
I
right.
doubt it. I
That's
doubt
right.
it.
We're going to bond over minivans, kids.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, how fun. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in today. This has been a blast. You can look up Kelly's Reality. Just punch it in on YouTube, and you can actually see an interview with me and a bunch of other cool interviews.
good
You got
interview.
some other really fun stuff coming up.
Yeah, so I have a podcast that just started so I'm actually a licensed therapist in real life when I'm not at boy band concerts. And so
Doesn't that make you confident?
Yes, like I am a real professional, you guys, I promise. So I interview like local amazing comedians and public figures and celebrities about mental health and topics and life lessons that we can all use. So
Yeah, and it was really fun being on your show.
Yours
It was
is my
very.
most viewed one so far.
Oh,
so, yes,
well,
was
we'll just
fantastic.
ramp
Really
that up.
good.
Everybody, go over there and
Yes,
check it
check
out.
it
I'll
out.
put it
It was
down in the info section too. So, thank you, girls,
Thank
for
you for
being
having
here.
us.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
having
for
us.
sharing your experiences with
course.
us. How much fun! And I will definitely find more things to talk to these girls about because obviously we have to have them back. And who knows? Maybe I can get them backstage with Greta Van Fleet, and then we can
Woo-woo.
complete.
Then we'll like have our checklist.
We'll check.
Like
Yeah.
a man band.
That or In Sync. That's
Oh,
the only other one we
NSYNC.
haven't
In
seen.
sync.
Yeah,
That's
come
so
on,
fun.
Justin.
If you can work some magic
Get it
for
together.
us, yeah.
Yeah.
Justin, return my calls.
Yes.
Why do you ignore me?
All
All right.
He is.
You guys click subscribe so you don't miss anything. This has been
Bye.
fun.
Bye.
Later.